What's up guys? I'm going to show you how I depot my Morphe palette. So this is my Morphe palette. This is the 35N palette. Stands for neutrals, I believe, or like natural. So it's a pretty big palette, as you can see, and it doesn't fold back at all, and it doesn't stand up on its own. So when you're laying these out, they take a lot of room, unless you have them like leaned up against the wall, like this or something, which you don't always have. I decided to depot these. Also, I'm not a fan of their palette, like their packaging for their palettes. Just has their logo on it. This right here, these are all spaced out pretty far. Like in these palettes that I'm gonna deposit them into, they're touching, so it takes less space. And then this is like a really thin plastic, which looks cheap. Which, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to depot. But if you're wanting, I mean, the eyeshadows are really good. So it's just, I'm not a fan of the packaging. And then I'm going to depot them into these little MAC palettes. They all don't fit in here. Let's see how many fit. I have this one that I already depotted. This is the 35D palette. So you can fit 23 eyeshadows in here. You have to make one row that's like kind of off-centered. But yeah, 23. And then I put the rest in another one. And then I put two more NYX shadows in there. So the great thing about these is that they're smaller. They're pretty thick, so you can put like domed shadows in here, or just like thicker, I don't know, whatever. But you can also on their website get inserts for like cream, for cream products, like lipsticks or like concealers, foundation, or you can get just like eyeshadow ones, but they're spaced out. The great thing about these is you can see through them, so you can see what eyeshadows without having to open the palette and just look at them. These are magnetic, so they're pretty easy to open and close. And then these don't fold back all the way, but they do stand up on their own. If they're sitting flat, they can stand up on their own. So it takes less space. But these are just more sleek. They just look more professional. One thing is that these palettes are they're metal on the bottom, so your metal pans aren't going to stick to them. So what you can do is either get like a sheet of magnet that has like, it's magnet and it has like a sticky side, and you can put it on the bottom of this and just stick your shadows in, which would be easier than what I did, but I didn't have magnetic sheets where I went. So I just got this roll of magnet strips. You can just cut it to whatever size you need, and then there's a sticky side. But I just put them on the back of them, just cut them into little squares, and then you can just pop them in there and they don't go anywhere. So yeah. And it's nice because you can also rearrange them. You can put, like how I took one palette and made a neutral one out of it, and then a colorful one. So you can make a palette for just like contouring shades, hiding shades, for eyebrows, colorful, neutrals, shimmers, mattes, pretty much whatever. They're very customizable, and I'm probably gonna do this to like most of my palettes because I love the flexibility of it. What you'll need is some kind of magnetic strip, either it's a sheet for the bottom of it, or like these for the bottom of the pans. I have some scissors to cut the Morphe palette, and I also have a X-Acto knife to kind of like dig underneath to get them out and to cut the palette. I will zoom into a better angle and I will show you how I do this. Alright, so please don't mind my beat up table. It's just an old table that I use for my makeup and shit. So this is a messy process. So I'm gonna roll up my sleeves a bit. One thing that just drives me crazy is when I accidentally dig my nail into an eyeshadow. It just feels disgusting and it looks bad on the eyeshadow. So Just try not to do that because it's easy to do. I think when I did this the first time, I only broke 2, and it was some blacks. It was 2 blacks, which I wasn't really mad about because, I mean, black is black. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work in sections, and let's start like right here. I'm just gonna do like these 4 up here in the corner. I'm just going to cut this. You can see it just lifts right up. Some of these parts aren't glued down as much, but some of them are hella glued down. So some parts are easier than others. You can either use your scissors or X-Acto knife for this part. But I'm just gonna take a corner and lift this up. And then you can just go under there and kind of pry them. And it helps if you wiggle the knife back and forth like this instead of just like pushing, because this will gradually lift them up with more control. And sometimes it'll even pop out before you even get the plastic out. Ooh, looks like a tough one. Okay, since that's not coming out, I'm just going to take these out. Grab my scissors. And then just take them and then just push them from the bottom out. They should just slide right out. Make sure you're applying even pressure because you don't want to bend this and crack the shadows. And then when you take them out, twist them out so that it's even pressure. Just be careful, take your time with this. It is a little time consuming, but it's worth it. So that's the first one done. And they don't leave any like glue or residue on the back, so that's nice. So I'm gonna set that there and move on. And then I'm going to just speed through all this, and then at the end I'll show you how I put them inside of the palette. Alright, as you can see, things got a little messy. I don't know if I'm gonna try and pot any of these ones because there's a lot of glue right here, and the ones that were right here I broke 2 of them, which I really love this shade, so sad. But there's one similar to it in that one. But so yeah, crazy mess. Just don't do this near carpet, because if you get anything on the carpet, that shit's gonna rub in and it's not gonna come out. So do it in like tile, like a tile floor or something like that, or a big table. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I put the adhesive magnet on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna cut off a little strip about this size. And then I'm gonna cut that in half again. Okay, and I'm just going to peel this off and stick it to the back. And then what I do is I set it down and I just kind of put a little bit of pressure on it and just push it down and spin it. And then take your palette. And by the way, you can use the palettes or these palettes or whatever. But these are only $8 on MAC's website, which is surprising. So you can only get them on their website or in a Mac Pro store. So as you can see, I'm gonna hold it at an angle. Boom. Okay, so yeah, that's all you do. And you can just cut these according to the size of your eyeshadows. Alright guys, so that is how I depot my Morphe eyeshadows. This is what some of it looks like. I'm gonna go eat because I'm freaking starving, so I'm not gonna do the rest of this right now. But this is what it looks like. You can move them around. You know, they stick. It's great. You can organize them by color. It's really nice. So. Alright guys, so that's how I depot my Morphe eyeshadow palettes, or whatever palettes, because they all make them pretty much the same. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't, and if you would like to see more of these videos. Follow me on Instagram at Wesley Benjamin Carter, spelled the same way as it is on here. And yeah, so I will see you in my next video. Bye.